Okay, so guys, I am definitely going to be doing a reading for the collective of all 12 zodiac signs. If you watch this, take it how it resonates. However it resonates for you, just apply it to your life. However you feel, necessary. If it doesn't resonate, keep it, leave it where it's at. Don't stress yourself out about it. This reading may not be for you, but this is for all 12 zodiac signs. I want to take a look at the energy. Mercury, will be entering into retrograde while in Pisces. So Mercury is already in Pisces, right? And then it's entering into retrograde on the 17th. Hooray! A day before my birthday. So what I want to do is look at all the energies. Again, take it how it resonates. I'm just going to see what energies we all may be dealing with while visiting, rethinking, reorganizing in the terms of Pisces, right? And Pisces does represent that dreamy, creative, intuitive fish, watery, emotional sign, okay? So let's see here. What energies should we be, expecting or getting prepared for while Mercury is in retrograde under Pisces, okay? What energies should zodiac signs be prepared for? I think it's quite interesting. So we need to be prepared of maybe again thinking and rethinking, right? Mercury is the sign of communication, information, fast information, and translating that information via any way: letter, computer, social media, through talking, messaging. So be careful on how you want to communicate some different ideas. You probably would want to really think, like, do I want to send this text message or do I want to call them? Do I want to send this via email or do I want to call them? That's what I'm getting here, okay? And be careful how people interpret things. Be careful how you may be interpreting intuitive things. When we feel something intuitively, we'll think about it, and then we will want to bring that thought into form. We want to communicate that thought. So here we are in the Two of Air, which represents Libra's energy here. Okay. The beginning of wanting to communicate. We want to make sure we communicate and be impeccable with our word, right? In a loving way, especially when you think about Libra, being ruled by Venus. You want to communicate in a loving way. Alrighty, what energy should we look at while Mercury is in retrograde? And that will be happening February 17th. Mercury will go into retrograde while in Pisces, okay? So I've never done this type of reading before. I didn't see anyone else doing this reading, so I was like, why not? Why not do it? Okay, let's see here. Okay. Alrighty, can you see those cards? There we go. So we have here, again, thinking about your thoughts before you send a message or an email, or even before you even say something. Just really think about your thoughts on how you're going to communicate. Am I communicating with love? Here you have basically the Knight of Cups, okay? When you come forth, again, it coincides. I see a lot of us are going to have to be communicating with love, okay? You have Two of Cups again, which is Libra's energy. Libra is ruled by Venus, which essentially means love. So we're going to communicate with love. You have the messenger coming in with the Knight of Cups, and they're going to come in with a message, and it's going to come with love. So just be careful. Just be mindful that you want to communicate with love, okay? Again, you're going to be in Pisces energy. So, and some people could probably misinterpret how you communicate, right? So watch out for that. People love to misinterpret that. Patience. Maybe you'll be waiting for someone to communicate something with you. Maybe you'll be waiting for a lover to say something to you. Maybe someone's trying to decide how they are going to say something to you, and be patient with that person. at this point, someone's trying to decide, am I going to see it send it via text message, via social media message? Am I going to DM them or something like that? But this person definitely wants to communicate, and you would just have to be patient for that. You know, waiting on something can cause a bit of disruption. Let's see. Mercury in retrograde. What energy should we be aware of, prepared for? Oops. Okay, you may have, again, I keep saying communicate with love, okay? So you have the King of Fire. There's this big heart right there over his heart chakra. Passion, you know, the Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, they're pretty much, you know, passionate about it. So it looks like, again, that love, that passion is going to come in. That creativity is going to come in with communication. Again, be mindful of this. Okay. So then now we have Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius energy here, right? Now, especially for someone that's more of the intellectual side, they may have a little bit more trouble on the, you know, being emotional or more creative and dreamy. Yeah, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini we do live in an abstract ideal world, which is kind of similar to Piscean's energy, very similar to Mercury because of communication, right? So we may very well feel okay with this energy. Maybe we'll be able to be more intuitive with our thoughts and manifest more with our being more intuitive will help us intellectuals come into form with our thoughts a lot quicker. Okay, bringing our dreams into fruition. We have that capability, especially when Mercury's in Pisces while in retrograde. We can revisit a lot of thoughts that we had. Maybe old dreams and old ideas may be coming up. Our creativity is going to expand. You know, we're going to be probably, you know, you have the Six of Pentacles here, right? Ooh. Which is that generosity type of energy. So right here, I feel like thoughts are going to come through and it's going to give you more that you can work with, right? These thoughts that may have brought in and heightened up your emotional realm, which again, when you dive into your intuitive self, you could bring it up to your intellectual self and you can manifest a lot of great things. For me specifically, I'm thinking about the people. As I maneuver through Mercury in retrograde while in Pisces, I see myself being able to produce even better card readings. And that to me is being generous to the people, right? I'm able to bring forth more value to what they're spending their money on. Again, here I see that communicating with love, being passionate about how you communicate might get you on the right path, especially when you think about business-wise, okay? So you want to be mindful how you communicate to your boss. Even though we feel like patience may be causing us maybe some disruption, uneasiness, some anxiety, just know that light will come in, right? Because someone's not communicating with us doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. And I see here with this moon, the sun sign is not a bad thing. But again, look, we feel like it is. There's a major disruption. You have 4 + 1 is 5. Then you have the 5 here. So we feel some disruption here because someone's not going to be communicating with us. Again, this is a perfect time for anyone. This person's over here trying to figure out how they can best communicate with you, right? Are they going to communicate with love? Are they going to communicate via text message, social media? That's what you're waiting on. You're waiting on someone to do it right, reminding you Mercury is in retrograde, right? Communication. Maybe they want to be creative, right, with how they communicate with you, okay? Maybe they're rethinking some things like, you know what, the way I communicated with them last time wasn't the best way. Let me revisit that. Let me think on how I could be creative with this person, because I don't want them to feel, bad about what I say. I want them to feel, I want this communication to be a success. Okay, so hopefully when this person does deliver the message that you're waiting for, you're going to feel good about that. And hopefully it doesn't disrupt you. Okay, hopefully it doesn't start a fight. Okay, so that's what that deck. I hope that some people can pick up on that. Again, Mercury retrograde, everyone's always getting a little bit rattled. Their feathers are getting fluffed, and everyone's going around looking frazzled and looking crazy. So Mercury's retrograde. This is for the collective, all 12 zodiac signs. What energy should we be aware and prepare for? I ask the divine to come through with the highest probability and grand suggestions here. This reading is for all 12 zodiac signs. What energy should we be aware and prepare for with Mercury's retrograde while in Pisces? Alrighty. Let's see here. What does divine have? What energy should all 12 zodiac signs be prepared for? Alrighty. 7 of Wands. So we have Leo's energy, which I did see with the sun. We also have the Tower card. The Sun card I see here again. Okay, so I have Pisces energies here with this Hangman. Okay. Right now we're in a dreamy sense. It looks like I see here someone may feel like they have to defend themselves. Maybe you did communicate wrong, because this obviously Mercury in retrograde is not the easiest things for people. So maybe you did communicate wrong, and now you have to defend yourself and say what you meant. You definitely communicated something wrong, right? Because someone felt some type of way. You have the Tower card. I could see someone communicating something wrong and it not going the way they wanted to, and them having to defend themselves. So it looks like someone may be able to defend themselves in the right way. Maybe someone's going to understand, they'll be like, okay, well, I didn't take that like that. I see your intentions are different. Thank you for clearing that up, because I was pretty confused about what you were saying. I was really wrapped up in thought. I didn't know what direction to go with you, okay? That could be very well the energy there. That may resonate for someone. I could see that very clear. But I also see someone deciding to retreat instead of go back and forth with anyone about communication. I very well see someone you know what? I don't want to communicate with this person, because I always feel like I have to defend myself when I talk to them. I felt like that plenty of times. This could be someone who's I'd rather drink and then talk to them. Maybe they feel like they're going to go get drunk first, then communicate with you, because they know there's going to be a cause for them to defend themselves, and they want to full on deal with that energy. That could be very well it. I see someone, though, here for sure trying to stay in a meditative state. And this could resonate for someone trying to stay in a meditative state because they don't want to have to, they want the communication to be leveled out on both sides, even if you guys are at odds, or we all have those different people that we talk to, like I don't know if this is the right person to talk to about this. So it looks like we may be coming into form and talking to someone that you actually feel okay with talking about a certain situation, predicament, circumstances, whatever. This very well may be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries that you feel like you may communicate with. Maybe you're coming up with ideas on how to communicate with this passionate person here. Okay, maybe we're let me think about how I'm going to talk to them. Let me think about how I want to set the temperature and tone while I'm talking to someone who pretty much, this person could very well be someone who's in and out and really doesn't grasp what you're saying. Someone that comes in for a conversation and leaves, you're like, damn, did you understand what I said? Oh, like I said, someone that comes in and leaves. Look, we have this energy. This is going and embarking on a journey. So we very well could be thinking about, gosh, I really, really hate going back and forth with this person. This could very well be a Leo person. Again, Aries or Sagittarius that you're thinking about communicating with. Someone like you're really thinking about like, oh my God, every time I talk to this person, it's like I talk to them and they just like you're not really getting um any real feedback from this person. I get that a lot. We all dealt with those type of archetypal characters in our life where you're talking to someone and they don't even give you feedback. They're just like, oh yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm about to go do this. And it's like, okay. Like, did you just get what you wanted from me and now you're gone? Like, you're going to mentally, intellectually feed me in any type of way to communicate with me? Like, you haven't learned your lessons. I keep telling you that this is the issue for me. Like, I keep telling you that the way that you communicate with me is not, I don't feel like you're pouring into me. Okay. So that very much will be true for somebody. Okay. Be careful. I mean, a lot of people, like, you could tell them, oh my God, this makes you feel comfortable. And some people just don't take heed to that. Again, that could very well make you feel like you got to get drunk to talk to this person, or you have to defend yourself when you're talking to this person. Like, you always got to repeat, like, oh, that's not what I meant. Like, don't take it that way. That's not what I meant. Are you kidding me? And then the person's like, well, okay, I get what you're talking about. And then someone's still wrapped up in thoughts. Like, well, I don't understand why you always misinterpret what I'm saying. Like, I thought you knew me. I thought you're, cool with me. Like, you know me. People, I swear you know me so much. But every time I communicate with you, you always get offended. So that very much well could be the energy. Let me see the underlying energy here. Hermit. Before communicating with others, especially during retrograde, you probably want to go in and just get some higher wisdom. Be with yourself for a while, and again, be with yourself for a while, and then come up with exactly how you want to set the tone for that communication, right? You got the Temperance here. Maybe you have to drop all the information on someone in increments. Like, just sometimes people who are easily triggered, you do kind of have to dance around and give it to them in baby bites or something like that. Like, here, just take this little spoonful because you're triggered. You haven't dealt with your triggers, and Mercury's in retrograde, so that's even worse. So I have to spoon feed you like a baby with this information. That's unfortunate. All right, this reading is for all 12 zodiac signs. Collective, take it how it resonates. What should we be aware of or prepared for while Mercury's in retrograde, while in Pisces? Alrighty. You have the Justice card here. What should we be prepared for? Is this for all 12 zodiac signs? What energy should we be prepared for while Mercury's in retrograde? From the 17th of February to the 9th of March. What should we be prepared for? Wow, Mercury is in retrograde. What energy should we be prepared for? Let us see it. Tell us, Divine, what's going on. Divine is right on time. Okay. You have the Justice card. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which I did see a lot when I was shuffling. You have Four of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Swords again, and Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so I see someone as not going to be particularly happy about how someone communicated with them. I feel like, so this is, coming up with thoughts or trying to, it could be a communication with two people or two thoughts you're really fighting with or two thoughts you're trying to balance out here. Maybe trying to think of what may be fair when it comes to certain thoughts, okay? What may be fair? Again, you have, a 2 here, which is we're trying to balance out some energies when it comes to thoughts. This could very well have to do with your physical life. How am I going to balance out work? Maybe we have to be creative in that. Maybe you need to communicate to your mate or someone, another party, because that will make 2. You and someone may need to talk about how you may need to balance out, your work life and home life better. Because maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting off of work and I'm coming home and I'm not feeling it. My home life could very well be unfulfilled here. Maybe you're feeling some boredom or feeling like just like you're focused on the cup that is empty rather than being full. I see that we do want our home life to be, you know, comfortable for us. And maybe we're having a hard time communicating with our lover. Like, yeah, I'm a mother, you know, but I don't feel like I should work and come home, have to do everything at home as well. So that can very well be communicated to your partner here. It looks like we're setting and planting some seeds and setting some things into stone here. Maybe you're dropping hints. I keep getting dropping hints to your partner and lover about how you actually, what you were thinking and how you were feeling. Or maybe you kept saying, you know, oh, it's getting real hard to balance out work and home. Ooh, I wish the dishes was washed when I came home. And maybe you just didn't communicate it straightforward. So, like, you could be sitting there like, oh, my God, like, ugh, you're not getting it. No, people are not mind readers. If you want someone to, you know, want to communicate something, be straightforward and direct, okay? Just like the Knight of Swords. Straightforward and direct. Communicate something, be straightforward and direct. Anybody got time to be playing guessing games? Especially if you're sitting there like, oh, my God, why aren't they getting it? Communicate to a mature level. I mean, you can communicate with love. Maybe we're slow on your form of communication here. Maybe we need to be slow and creative, especially you're thinking about Mercury and Pisces. You want to be creative about how you communicate. And sometimes creativity does take some time. The Knight of Pentacles moves rather a lot slower than the Knight of Swords. So I'm also getting here, be careful, because like I see someone pondering, like dropping hints, okay? I see them dropping hints like a silly person. Dropping hints about the home and work life, how they feel overloaded with coming home from work. But you see, I could see some rushing in because they're fed up. They're over it. They're like, I'm just over it. I could see someone coming in at the Knight of Swords real quick and just like really coming in with that energy. You could pretty much see what the energy looks like. Failing at communication, right? So this time we want to revisit how you can be creative with communicating. So think about how you want to communicate to your lover about, you know, why you feel like they should step it up a bit more at home, okay? And if you can communicate that, come up with a creative way that will actually, the delivery. You know what, baby, I never understood that before, but I really get it now. Because then when you communicate on a level on that level, your Nine of Pentacles will come into full form. Everything will balance back out. You can move in harmony again. Again, we're thinking about communication and being creative with communicating, right? And we also want to be aware of not overflowing with emotions and like, oh my God, I've been dropping hints. You know, I've been dropping hints and you didn't get them. And I don't understand why. Well, first of all, maybe you should have been more direct with it, but not overly direct because that could have failed the first time. But be more creative and slow in your delivery so someone can digest it. You know, all I want is my home life to be more in line when I get off of work because it's really hard for me to balance that, okay? So that's the information. And then, again, fairness. Everything works out. At the end of the day, the objective here is to have your home life in balance and make sure you're communicating that with love, creativity, taking your time. And then, boom, balance, okay? I think it's pretty simple. So let me know if that resonates for you. I will be posting this on my social media, my YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you think about that. If it resonates, you probably will be watching this on a later date, possibly. All right, peace, you guys.